All right, hopefully someday I can review that Corvette. But right now I am basically doing a car review of my Focus SE. This is just for some practice. I'm not using any GoPros, however. Usually I would do that. So we'll see how the review goes. It's a little bit more unprofessional, but it's still some practice. I can edit, figure out the formatting of my car reviews, find my style. That's kind of what I'm doing. First of all, I'd like to shout out HPERAIC on Fiverr. He is doing my icon for YouTube for free. People who need YouTube channel art, go to Fiverr. And also check out these two people. They just asked for a shout out. So basically, if you want a shout out, I guess ask for it, and I'll give you one. Just kind of like that. Basically, let's start the review. So as you can see, it is a 4-seater, and the material is an interesting material. It is a weird kind of stitching fabric, but it is very clean, as you can see. And you can see the patterns as well. You have your center console here. Plenty of space for glasses. I put hand sanitizer as well. Cup holders, obviously removable. Everything's very clean. I've kept it that way. I put my garage opener right there. Little outlet here for my dash cam. Right in here, those are my flyers. You know, umbrella holder as well on this side. Obviously automatic windows, automatic mirror adjustment. Here's your lock and unlock button. This gets a little bit annoying. Right here are your headlights. It does have an automatic mode, which my Fiesta did not have, so I'd have to constantly be turning it from light to off. This just does it for you, and that's your trunk release. Here's your hood release. The steering wheel is also adjustable. Just by pulling this down, you can move your steering wheel in, up, down, forwards. You could not do that in my last car. And I do have the SE, so it is only manually adjustable with that lever and a lever right down here to move back, as you can see. It has very, very good air conditioning and heating. That's one thing I'll give it. Stereo is actually fairly good. Once again, very spacious interior. Another cool feature, little light there. So you can either light just one up, and yes, there is rear lighting. So that's just one. This one does both right here. So I think now is as good as time as any to show the trunk. That's my survival bag in case I get in some accident. I got some socks. With this trunk, I could fit 3 dead bodies in here. And you can access the interior from the trunk. There's a lever here. This is activated by a button here. All you have to do is push it and it opens up. My Fiesta did not do that. I think those are some tasteful rims for this car. Here is your engine, 4-cylinder, but it actually looks pretty dope and you have a lot of space. And it is much more stronger than the Fiesta, as you can see. Basic engine though. You have your controllable modes. As you can see, I have 1,964 miles, 24.7 miles per gallon. As you can see, you can flip through your variable modes with this right here. And you can turn traction control off. Here's how you, actually this will be a separate video. There we go. Click on your seat belt, put this baby in drive. Let's go for a little drive. So its handling is actually fairly well. I'm steering pretty difficult, although I'm not going very fast. You know, for a 4-cylinder that's not turbocharged, this is just a normal Focus SE, I approve. So there are a few modes. Let me show you those really fast. Alright, so you have park, reverse. The transmission shifts very well. Neutral, drive. This little knob right here, that basically activates sport mode. Then you can push in your trigger and push it into low gear. Now, how low gear works, basically, your RPM will just go all the way to 6,500 RPM, and then it'll shift. It's basically from climbing hills and stuff. I'll show you right here. But it's also good for letting it rip. and then it engine brakes really hard. So I'm gonna turn that off. You just push it forward to get out of it. But then sport mode actually will keep it at a higher RPM. So I'll do a pull in sport mode just to show you. Let's go for it. So it is a very smooth ride, and it has a lot of noise reduction in the windows and the doors, and the seals are triple sealed. So the noise reduction and drivability is very good. It's obviously for commuting, and this car is actually much more stable than the Fiesta. The Fiesta was very narrow and the handling was actually pretty sketchy. This thing is a little bit wider, handling is much better. Highway speeds, I've taken it up to highway speeds many a time, trust me. It's actually very quiet as well. The only thing I kind of wish is I wish it got better gas mileage, even though it's at 24.5, and you know, on highways it's going to be 30. As you can see, sport mode is activated, so you're about to see what sport mode does. Basically going to be the same, just more aggressive shifting. You can easily tell though. So one thing I'd like to mention, I did get this for a very good deal. It was during the hurricane season. I got this for $6,000 rebate. So I ended up getting it for like 13. Normal takeoff right here, as you can see. It's a pretty beautiful day. So overall, I would say the car handles very well, much better than a Fiesta SE. If you're thinking about getting a Fiesta, just get a Focus. If you're debating between the two especially. Another feature the Fiesta lacks, it doesn't have the lighting here or here. My Fiesta did have this color changing lights. I think this is targeted for a more older audience, and my Fiesta was targeted at a much younger audience. Even though this is just a couple thousand more, it's seriously like a big difference between the two. Obviously an ST would be cooler, and an RS is even cooler than that, so whatever you can afford though. I know the top speed is about 105, so it's not a race car or anything. One last thing I'd like to mention is sync.
Please say a command.
Call Hudson.
Say a line number or say none of those.
Okay, so as you can see, it is not very responsive for me.
Please say line 1, for example, or say none of those.
Cancel.
Canceling.
So as you see there, the voice is actually not very good for the sync. I hope they can improve that, but you know, sync isn't that big of a deal actually. For those who hype it up, it's not that big of a deal. As you can see, it didn't even work properly there, and I said clearly call Hudson, and it called everything else but Hudson. This is basically just a down and dirty car review, just to see like what the market is for even standard cars. All right, so have a great day. I hope you enjoyed your Thanksgiving, and I'm looking out for Christmas. Cyber Monday is today, so if you're gonna go Cyber Monday shopping, make it for car parts, all right? So this has been Ford Focus SE 2017. See you guys later. Leave a comment or do something else. I don't care. Thanks for watching. Peace.